Oh, Sugar Puff, someone's clicked live. So we're live. We're live on LinkedIn, guys. So guess we start now. Yay.
Hello, everyone.
I was not ready for that. So thank you for coming to our live stream. We're just having a drink and celebrating the what's the dev terminology, Steve, for Dracoeye?
We're in general availability.
Right. So we're celebrating the release of general availability, and we were just prepping, and someone has accidentally clicked the live button while I'm still painting my face. So cool. Connection's not great for everybody.
Is my camera frozen? Can you hear me, guys?
It is frozen, and yes, we can hear you.
Brilliant. Hold on.
We're live. We're live.
Oh, hi, guys.
Yeah, we accidentally went live, Ella.
Oh,
excellent. So don't know what happened there, but I'm still painting my face. Let's start off by saying what we're all drinking. I've got white wine spritzer with a sparkling water. Ella, what are you drinking?
I am trying to get my camera to work. I believe I am frozen in space and time. I am drinking a Kronenbourg Blanc beer. Don't know if anyone else used to drink them like in the mid-90s, but not 90s, mid-2000s. I would have been young in the mid-90s. Yeah, it's basically a lighter kind of beer with a bit of citrus. It's very tasty.
Lovely. Don't know why I'm still putting makeup on. Everyone's seen what's underneath the veil now.
You look exactly the same.
As Danny DeVito. Yeah, I know. I've heard it all before. I'm just going to check on my phone that we are actually live.
Okay. I'm going to go back out and come back in because I don't know why, again, I am frozen. So bear with me. I'll see you in a bit.
Also, guys, honestly, if anyone is watching this, genuinely, this is just the prep call. We joined a little bit early and then accidentally went live. So we've got some people waiting to get in to the call. There's people that can come to this on Restream where we're recording it, and then there's also people in LinkedIn. Steve, should I just let Info Tech, Giles, Keith, in Zed Cell, should I just let them in?
Yeah, more the merrier.
Okay. So we've got some total blooming randoms. Probably one of them is my mum. I'm joking. I don't think my mum will know how to use this. I'm just going to go on to not YouTube, onto LinkedIn and see if we're live. Sorry, guys, I don't feel very well today. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
We are indeed live on LinkedIn.
Oh, great. Wonderful. So, seeing as well, Ella is not here, our head of marketing. Don't know where she's gone. Steve, why don't you start by telling everyone why we're here today?
Yeah, sure. So since February, we've had Dracoeye in open beta. So that's allowed us to do some learning from the community, but also to do some infrastructure learning whilst we were getting traffic. And we took all that community feedback, worked on the bugs we knew about, worked on the bugs that we didn't know about, got it to a stable position, gave it a lick of paint, added some new features, and now it's ready for general availability. And today's the first day that we're presenting this to you as a finished product. That's not to say that we're not going to continue adding features, because we absolutely are. But this is the first time that we're ready for it to go to the mainstream. That's where we're up to.
Cool. Awesome. So cheers to that. General availability. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Absolutely. It feels like a big step for me because it only feels like a very short time ago. It was just a little idea, and now it's grown into something awesome. And I'm so pleased with it and with how
Guys,
it's come
we've got
along.
loads of background noise, so if you're not talking, please mute. Everyone. Sorry, Rich, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's come such a long way in a short space of time, and it was just a small, almost throwaway idea that just turned out to have legs, and I'm so pleased that we've made something of it, and what we've made is actually really cool, and does a lot of good work, does a lot of heavy lifting for people. So yeah, I'm super proud of it.
And I think one of the important things for us to point out as well is, although we originally targeted people in the cyber industry, it's not just for cyber professionals. Anybody can use it. So that's part of the appeal of adding extra features outside of the cybersecurity stuff that we've got.
Well, this is the thing. It's proving to be a bit of a surprise hit with finance departments. So, I mean, yeah, companies have their anti-spam solutions and whatnot that filter out the majority of stuff, but finance companies are still getting targeted by people sending in fake invoices or using similar looking domains to maybe their suppliers or customers with a view to sort of getting fake invoices or fake payments made. And so we're finding that accounts teams are often using it to upload files to check email addresses and domains too. So yeah, it's really not limited to cybersecurity professionals.
So I think that some people that are here will probably be well versed in what Dracoeye is. Some other people might have just wanted to make it look like they're in a meeting. So they've added something to their calendar. So Rich, do you want to just go into sort of a bit of a brief about what Dracoeye actually does?
Yeah, sure. So the original idea was to save security analysts time. We run a SOC, and it's a good SOC, but we always look for efficiencies. So there's a lot of tools out there that enable you to check the reputation of an IP address, a file hash, a domain name, or whatever to know if they're essentially dodgy or not. And it struck me that we're wasting time navigating a lot of these tools. And sometimes you want a second opinion from a second tool, and it all adds to the amount of time that a security analyst has to spend when triaging something. So I thought, well, this is crazy. Why isn't it all just pulled together into something that is just as easy to use as Google? You know, I wanted to see one box. You drop something in, doesn't matter what it is, an IP address, email address, domain, file hash, whatever. And then you just click search. It knows what you've dropped in, works it out, works out who the appropriate IOC databases are to look from, and it pulls that information and comes back telling you whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It really was supposed to be as simple as that. And it still is, to be fair, only it's grown. So, Steve, would you like to talk about some of the newer features that have popped up recently?
Should we attempt a demo?
Attempt is a brilliant word.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So just to give everybody a heads up, I've never used Restream before, so this could either work or not.
Just be careful of what you share in your browser. So if there is other tabs open, just close them. Just share one tab on its own. I know I don't need to tell you to do that, but I'm just double checking because I've done that before in the past.
Okie dokie. So let me just find the correct tab, and this is called Live. There it is. Okay, so you should be able to see the site. Can everybody see that?
No.
Oh, for God's sakes. Hold on. I'll tell you what. I'll drag the window out, and
we definitely know what we're doing, guys, promise.
We are professionals. How about now?
Yes.
Can you see Dracoeye?
Yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yes, it's very small, but maybe it looks bigger. Okay. Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. So I'll give you an example of how anybody could use Dracoeye. I've received an email. It's saying it's from PayPal. I'm not too sure. There's a few links in it and it's got an attachment. So I'm going to go ahead and add that attachment that's come from that email. Yes, it is a folder called viruses. And straight away, we can see that it's shown up red against 26% of the people we check against. So we can filter those down and we can see, yep, the likes of Virus Total, they don't like that file. Who else we've forgotten there? It's pretty much all Virus Total for this file. But let's go ahead and click through and see what we can see. So yeah, Virus Total's got this flagged with quite a few of the agents that they work with. So we can safely say that's probably not a safe file. So let's go ahead and copy one of the links out of that PayPal email. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste it in here. There we go. And straight away we can see that ThreatFox has identified this as something that is a botnet command and control server. So we can click through to that and we can see the information. The fact that it's there alone for anyone outside of the cyber community gives you an idea of whether it should be trusted or not. But obviously you always make your judgments based on the information that you can understand. So in addition to that, some of the newer features we have, aside from our glossy new look and a much more usable interface, we have a DNS check-in, which is super useful for if you're not using this as a cybersecurity tool. You can use it for checking if name server records have changed, all that kind of thing. And we can also see the who it's information as well, so we can see who it's registered with. And so I'll give you an example of how we might want to check. Let's go for our website. I shouldn't have chosen ours because it's a nightmare to type. That's security.company. That's us. And luckily, there's no red against us.
Thank God for that.
So, yeah, that was definitely rehearsed, honest. And then we can see any DNS records as well, which is super useful for when we're doing things like setting up third-party services or changing our email provider, that kind of thing. It's just very useful. And we've hit the rate limit for the who is checkup, so we can't look at that. It shows we've been popular today, so that's all good. So that's in a nutshell what it is, what it does, and some of the new features. Some of the things we're working towards. One of the things we're looking to do is to do reverse DNS lookup. So if we go back down to the DNS records here, we can see the IP address. We can look up the IP address, and we don't have any DNS information. So one of the next things that we're working on, what's actually actively in development, is reverse DNS. So we can give it an IP and see what DNS or what domains are connected to it. What else have we got in the pipeline, Rich? My mind has gone dead.
That's
Too much
fine.
wine.
So we have a few bits that are sort of fixed in the pipeline and a few bits that we're considering. So one of the things that we're considering in quite some detail is around the sort of is it up functionality, but with a twist. Everything we do has a twist, you know. So there's a lot of websites like Down Detector and whatnot, and they'll tell you if a site is up or down, but that doesn't really account for content delivery networks and geolocation. So we're looking at the concept of, is it up for me in my location? So is it up in America, or is it up in Europe? Is it up in Africa? So we can pinpoint localized failures. So that's one of the things that's really cool, really useful. And another thing is adding a bit more flair to the IP address side of it, the IP address lookups. So as Steve mentioned, obviously reverse DNS will be going in there, but also a bit more work around geolocation and reputation extending from that location as well. So there's lots of good and interesting things that are on the roadmap. They're not necessarily all going to make it into the product. You know, we only want to give you the best of the ideas.
And also as well, we welcome everybody to continue giving us feedback. We've got a link in our FAQ section on the homepage. So if you have any ideas, feel free to get in touch with us.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the main things that that we want to do with this site is to make it fast. As you can see from Steve's demo, it's lightning fast. So all of the functionality we add, we want to get in quickly. We want people, from the security community standpoint, we want people to be able to get the answers they need really, really quickly. We don't want any clutter. We don't want any lag. We want you to be able to use this thing and get on with your daily lives. It's really important that it's a helper rather than a hindrance, you know.
And on the performance, part of the changes that we've made is we've done some significant platform improvements. We've refactored a lot of the early code that we wrote. One of the things we aimed to do with the open beta was to get it out there, gathering feedback as quick as possible. And obviously to achieve that, we cut some corners where we could do. So a lot of those areas were re-engineered, and that's how we've got some of the site speed that we're seeing.
Oh, a question here. What happens to the files that I upload to the site? Steve, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. So, excuse me, when a file's uploaded to the site, that file doesn't leave your computer. It doesn't arrive at our servers. We extract the hash in the browser, and it's only the hash that we check against the IOC databases. So you're safe in the knowledge that any kind of private information that may be contained within a file stays safe on your computer. We don't touch it. And that's to protect you, but it's also to protect us. We don't want any potentially problemsome files hitting our server. So it's a two-way thing. But yeah, that's how that mechanism works. Currently, it extracts an MD5 hash, but we're looking to do some SHA hashing as well, just so that we can get a broader lookup against the IOC databases.
So before we move to questions, so by the way, if anyone has any questions about Dracoeye, about the company in general, or just, you know, what's your favorite cheese, anything, dump it in the comments. We're monitoring them and we will get to your questions. We've had some that have come through DMs, so we'll get to them later as well. But just aside from the tech side of it, Ella, and maybe Steve as well, if you want to jump in on it, but let's talk about the branding and like why we chose Dracoeye and the logo that we chose and the look that we went for. And I'd really like to dig into that a little bit.
So Steve, I think you can start with the logo and the sort of the name and stuff like that, and I'll let everyone else know about the glow up.
Cool. Yeah, so as part of the exercise, we've tweaked the branding. We've massively simplified the logo just so it worked better for a digital application. So it works better across social media. It works good as a fav icon, and it's just made it a lot more versatile. And with that, we've applied some branding to the pages to give it a bit more of an identity. The design before, while it was functional, it was pretty bloody ugly, to be honest with you. It was clunky. It wasn't nice to use if you were relying on using Dracoeye in your day-to-day work, and that's part of the feedback that we took. But we knew that was something that had to change. So that's why we've applied the branding and the UX that we've applied to the launch version of it.
Yeah, just further to that, at the end of the day, we wanted to make something that like looked good and like felt easy to use. So it's a really clever tool, but it's really straightforward and it's really, really simple. And I like to say it's so straightforward that even your mum could use it. My mum probably couldn't because she's literally useless, but most mums probably could. And we wanted the design to reflect that. So wanted it to be nice, sleek, simple, but then eye-catching as well. And I love what Steve's done with the logo. I think it's more techie rather than I thought it looked a little bit sort of fantasy bookshop before. So yeah, I think the brand looks lovely. I think it was time to kind of bring it into the 21st century a little bit. So yeah, and I've had so much support doing this from the team as well, and it's been a real collaboration. So yeah, really happy with it.
I am messing with the visuals in the background. I don't know if I'm just messing with them for myself or if everyone can see.
Oh, we can all see Eliza. Carry on.
Oh, balls. I don't know why Rich's face is on everything, even when he's not talking, and there's not even when he's not talking. Jeez. Yeah, so there isn't like a button that's like whenever someone is talking. Oh my god. I'm just gonna stop. So on the branding, for those of you that follow that security company, which is our overarching brand, you will know that we have a really prominent service called Pocket Seam, and our logo is a dragon, and it's very dragon centric. Don't know why, we just like dragons. So off the back of that, we thought Pocket Seam is really a brand surrounded by delivering services to companies around sock and seam. So there's a lot of visibility and monitoring in there, and Dracoeye really plays a nice role in that. What am I doing? Let's just make me the center of attention for a change. Oh, wait, I can't. Whatever. So anyway, there we go. That's what everyone came for.
Yeah, lovely. Now people are sort of looking at my ugly mug.
That's the money shot.
So we wanted something that complemented the Pocket Seam brand, but as the guys were saying earlier, it's gone way further than being a stock analyst tool. Although we do get reports from stock analysts that they're enjoying using it, and we know that some of our competitors are using it, and we're super chuffed about that. Genuinely, we just love the fact that people are using it and that it's useful. But we are finding that more and more finance departments are making use of it, and it's incorporated into some training and awareness material from quite a few different companies now, which is really nice. So we're all super chuffed about that. We hope that the branding is all quite cohesive and recognizable. We're using sort of the same sort of recognizable colors and language and things like that. So that's cool. Ella, any more comments on the branding?
No, but we've got a question, which is, will there be integrations or an API?
That's in the private chat, so I don't think we can share it on the screen. Steve, do you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. So yes, there is an API in the pipeline for the simple reason that we do want to start integrating this with other things. We can't talk too much about the integrations that we have planned, but we have some external and internal ones in the pipeline. That's all I can say at this point.
Okay.
However, we do have a really clear URL structure, which you can use. So, Steve, forgive me if I'm wrong, and please correct me. If you go https://dracoeye.com/search/ then whatever you want to search for, then you can use that as a springboard to opening a new browser tab, complete with your results in it.
Yeah, correct. You can just put anything after search. That's a domain, IP address, URL, file hash.
Yeah,
you don't have to go through the
got.
search. Yeah, you don't
let,
have to
let
go
Dracoeye sort it out.
Yeah.
Rich, will you type that into the comments? Can you see the comments?
Sorry, was on mute. That one's on private chat. I shall reply to that right now.
Beautiful. Okay.
Just a word on the branding, and in fairness, Rich hasn't been here. He's been on holiday. It's actually Dracoeye, not Dracoeye.
Sorry, force of habit. I'm an old man set in my ways.
No, it's all good. We did have a debate ourselves of which it was, but yeah, we've decided on Dracoeye, and I think again because it's we didn't want the association with like fantasy stuff, so like Harry Potter. So yeah, it's Draco, and I think that's the correct Latin pronunciation as well. I might be making that up, but I think now we've got the Pocket Seam logo, which is the dragon. We've got Dracoeye, and I think we're kind of like the dragons now, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
That's what we're going to be. It could be like dragons. Hello, dragons. Every time we have a team meeting, that won't get boring quickly.
I've been referred to a couple of times as the mother of dragons, but I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know if it's a compliment or not.
Yeah.
And Becca has stolen that. So Becca, who's also a member of the team, and she's kind of like the proverbial office mum, has stolen that as a Slack handle anyway, so I can't use it.
In fairness, yeah, it's a compliment for the most part, but she does go mad at the end. So
I'm already there. I don't go mad at the end. I'm just mental anyway.
there you go.
So
there you go.
there we go. Beautiful. Okay, so this is just totally unstructured. Genuinely, I mean, yes, we didn't mean to go live and we meant to go live, but it was unstructured anyway. We're just doing a little bit of something fun to celebrate the fact that we are, launching this officially. We hope that you use it and gain something.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell everybody. If you're working in a cybersecurity team and there's a free tool out there that anyone can use, literally, you point out the stupidest person in the office, they will be able to use this. I mean, don't actually do that because you'll get called up by HR. So this is something that if you need like a quick win to impress your boss for like a training and awareness notification, and you want to send it to everyone in the company and say, this is how you check that emails are legit or URLs are legit or domains or whatever. Or if you get something emailed to you that says invoice or something on it, like an attachment, you can pop that in there as well, and we don't hold that data, as Steve said earlier. So there's a lot of like really quick, easy wins with this. We made it free mainly just for the love of it. I mean, I know that sounds so cringe, but it's true. We also wanted to do something good within the cybersecurity industry because we feel like it's falling on its arse a little bit with the way that some vendors go about things, and we're just trying to be the antithesis of that. So we recognized a problem. Well, Rich recognized a problem, suggested we build this thing. We have development skills within the business, so we said yes, let's do it, and this is the byproduct. So please do make use of it. It is free. It will always be free. So on that note, Ella, you've got some questions, haven't you?
Yeah, one of the questions was shared, which was just the one that I had. I think.
So I've just put on the screen there a URL. It's in the comments as well. That's where you can provide feedback on the tool. Thanks, Steve.
So we had, bear with me, I'm in the wrong screen as always. No, we've covered the tracking of the searches. We've covered, what else have we covered? We've covered the API integration. So those are the ones that I can see. If anyone else in the team has got other things that they have seen.
No, but I do regularly get asked. Yeah, someone has put a comment in there, but yes, I do regularly get asked why it's free. I don't know if you want to take that one, Rich. I don't know if you're on mute or not. But yeah,
apologies. My tab hung up for a second there. I'm back. So yeah, why is it free? Okay, it's free because as a company we believe in free and open source stuff. This isn't open source, but it is free. We want to do something for the good of the whole community. It's literally as simple as that. And the stuff that we can do for free, we will keep free. You know, it's one of those things. We want to do something good. We want to help people. We recognize that it's going beyond the cybersecurity community now. You know, it's getting bigger. It's getting out there in the wild, and businesses are using it across a multitude of departments. So for all of those people, yeah, absolutely. We want it to be free. We want it to stay free,
Cool. Interestingly, I tend to get asked that quite a lot from other senior leaders or business owners with the tinge of, "Oh, you stupid." Yeah, like, why are you doing it for free, kind of things. Well,
we must be doing something right if companies are thinking it's good enough to be a paid for thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We're on the right lines.
I'm so disappointed. I've got wet hair and literally like next to no makeup on. It's really annoying.
And you still look that good.
I mean,
it's not entirely fair, is it?
It's good genes.
You've got youth on your side.
The only good thing I got from my dad was my figure. I'm such an idiot.
Have we, question-wise, have we covered about the tracking searches? Did I make that up?
We touched on it a little bit when we were talking about uploading files.
Cool. Yeah.
But,
okay. So sorry. The question that we had come through is, will it track my searches? Yeah. So if you want to take that. Yeah,
sure. So we do record searches, but we only record the input. So the domain that's searched for, the hash, the IP address, because that's information that's in the public domain only. Anyway, the only thing we don't track, aside from anything to do with you, your browser, you as a user, is email addresses entered, because we know sometimes that can be sensitive. People are concerned their email accounts have been hacked. So we don't record email searches.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a security company. So we know that we want the minimum amount of data from you. We don't want to store it. We don't want to handle it. We don't want to touch it. So that's why we don't take your file uploads. They sit in your browser. That's why we don't store email addresses. We store publicly obvious stuff, domain name searches, but we never store who searched for them. Your use of the site is completely anonymous. We don't track any of that stuff, so you can use it with relative impunity, for want of a better phrase.
Yeah, and interestingly, when we've had a look at the Google Analytics of just loosely where people on the planet have been that are using it, it's just completely international, isn't it, Rich? Which was a surprise to us, because we thought, well, we'll sort of beat a release and see what happens, and we thought maybe a couple of people in the UK would use it, but actually it's just completely international.
Yeah, there's only a handful of countries. It's shorter now to tell you who hasn't used it. So Greenland, you better get in there.
Yeah, get your ass in gear, Greenland.
Yeah. Greenland has stayed quiet, and a few countries in the heart of Africa. But other than that, we are totally global with it, which is a massive surprise. I made an assumption that it would really be quite UK centric. We're a company from the UK. So a lot of our networks in the UK, but it really has spread. I'm not going to use the word viral, because it's not a viral thing, but it's spread in directions that we never thought it would, and that's just fantastic. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it actually costs us money to run it, guys. So just putting that out there.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You are welcome. Is there anything else we need to cover? We didn't script this. We just sort of got on this call and gone, whoa. So yeah, is there anything else we need to cover, Ella, do you reckon?
I mean, my brain is melting due to the temperature. I don't know if anyone else is really hot and everything as well, but from my perspective, I think unless anyone has got questions that we haven't covered yet, anything you want to know, and don't forget as well, if you can't, if you don't want to talk about them now, you want to go away and have a think, you can DM any of us, you can comment on our LinkedIn page, and this is being recorded as well, so if you want to watch Eliza putting on her makeup again, you can. That's the good news. But we will make it available so that so that you can watch it back if you want to be reminded of any of the features that we've talked about.
Actually, you did remind me when you said you can DM us that we do have a couple of things in my DMs. One of which is, why is it so fast? Have we already answered that?
No, I just said it was fast. But yeah, Steve, if you want to talk about why, then great.
Just really massive servers that cost a lot of money. No, joking. No, it's been hyper optimized. So we make very heavy use of browser-side caching. We use Cloudflare for our front-end caching. We use object caching. We've optimized the code as well. On top of that, it's built on Nest.js, which is a framework in the TypeScript language, which is super quick, transpiles down to JavaScript and runs through Node. So yeah, it's just making use of the right technologies in the right places, following sensible design patterns, and we've got the speed. Super snappy.
That, and I'm a really horrible boss to work for, and if it's not fast, I go around Steve's house with a big stick and I hit him, just to clarify.
Yeah. This is why I'm bruised.
Yeah.
And I pretend I didn't hear that.
HR, it happened again.
So we have another question in my DMs, which is, will you be monetizing it? Rich, I'll let you take that.
Oh, thanks. So the aim is to keep it always free for the core functionality. Absolutely. Now, some of the more advanced things that are on our roadmap will incur a significant cost to us. So that I'm not going to give the game away and give any examples just now, but some of the APIs that we need to hook into are very, very expensive. You know, they're the sort of price where you go on the vendor's website and it says, please speak to our sales rep because we're not telling you. You know, we're talking that sort of money, but we want to give you that really advanced stuff. So there might well in the future be some monetization around maybe some sort of subscription level or something like that in order to deliver those advanced functionalities. But yeah, the core of it, absolutely, we are always going to keep that free.
And that's hilarious because we've had conversations where I've been like, make money. And then other people in the team have just been like, calm down, Eliza. And then the next day I've changed my mind. So yeah, it's kind of good that we're all now on the same page about the fact that it's free and it will always be free. There'll always be some free functionality there. So that's good. Hopefully that answers your question. Got a really nice comment from someone anonymous. New shiny toys. Thank you, TSC. Lovely. Well done. Cool. So, I mean, I don't have any other questions in my DMs. No more questions have come through. I think we've answered a lot. Ella, anything else from you?
Not from my perspective, other than to encourage everyone to raise a glass to us, you know, or a bottle, or even just a cup of tea. And yeah, thank you very, very much for joining us and listening to us ramble a little bit. As you can probably tell, we're super excited about this product. So we don't expect you to be quite as excited as we are, but we hope that you will find it incredibly useful and become a core part of your day-to-day functionality, really. So cheers.
Cheers. I'm going to have
cheers.
to move on to a cold coffee now because I'm out of wine. So, Steve, any final words?
Yeah, keep on giving us your feedback because it does genuinely shape the roadmap. We do take on board all the feedback and it's given us some great ideas. So keep that coming. And also watch this space. We only occupy about 20% of my work time on this. We have something much bigger, much more impressive in the pipeline. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, keep on top of what we're doing because we've got something really big coming.
Also, Twitter/X.
Oh yeah, Twitter/X, whatever you call it these days.
We're not doing much we don't have a Dracoeye Instagram at the moment. We probably are going to, and we're going to put up little clips, which I'm assured Steve will be doing for us. He doesn't know about it until now, so
that's a good point actually. If you follow us on YouTube, there are some how-to guide videos that Steve has done on how to use Dracoeye. So if you're sharing it internally with one of those non-tech teams and you want them to get maximum benefit out of it, you might want to share a link to that as well. We will put a link in the comments to those videos as well, so you've got them. Rich, any final words from yourself?
Yeah, I just really wanted to say thank you to the cybersecurity community for getting behind this tool, for using it, for giving us your feedback, because we didn't know what sort of reception it was going to get. We built it because we thought it was cool and it was useful to us, and we hoped, we hoped it would be picked up by the community, and it has, and it continues to surprise me how many people are using it and what they're using it for. And for something that was just a little 5-minute idea to turn into this is just phenomenal. So yeah, sincerely, thank you so much.
One thing that I'm told about, I don't know if anybody has watched our new recent mini video series called Network Noir. Our teammate Raf has done a brilliant job in producing them, and they're really good fun. And they're about sort of a minute and a half long to watch. So if you're having a quick coffee and want to see it, then please do so. But I am told that Dracoeye is going to be making a guest appearance in, whether it's next week or the week after. You might get to see a little bit of it in action there. So watch this space.
In the comments, I have just shared a link to the YouTube playlist for all of the Dracoeye content, so you can learn how to use it if you don't actually know how to use it yet. So yeah, well done, Steve, on that. Okay, cheers to you too, Paul Bentley, and cheers to you too, LinkedIn user. So some people, I can't see their actual usernames. So on that note, let's cut it here. Thank you for everyone that joined. There was you can only have like 10 people join on Restream, and then everyone else has to kind of join live on LinkedIn or YouTube or something. So that's why we've got random faces here. So thank you for everyone that's joined, whether you've joined on Restream, on LinkedIn, or on YouTube. We don't care. We're just thankful of the support. Thank you to Steve and Rich for your technical wizardry, and thanks, Ella, for your what do you call it? I don't want to say tarting up of the brand, because
Call it tarting up if you like. Oh, the glow up.
The glow up. Thanks for the
Glow
glow
up.
up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and cheers
Bit
to you,
polish.
Colin Butler, who's just said nice cheers. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Are you guys gonna go? We're gonna end it here. What's going on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Thanks,
Cheers, all.
everybody.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.